Hey, what's up everybody? I'm very excited to announce VFX Elements Meteors. These have 25 super realistic meteor animations, and you can use them in almost any 3D application or render engine. These are VDB files for the smoke and fire, and a Alembic file which has the rock and debris. These are perfect for your apocalyptic renders, your extinction events, your deep space meteor showers, or just adding some intrigue to any dailies you're doing. Here's a couple quick tips on how to use them. First of all, make sure that your project settings are set to 24 frames per second because all of these assets are 24 frames per second. So once your project settings are set, you can go ahead and bring in your volume. I'm going to show you how to do this in Redshift and Octane really quick. So we're going to go to Objects and RS Volume, and we're going to load up the VDB right in this volume here. So go to your file and click the first one and hit open. Once you have it loaded, you can go to your animation tab and you can go to simple and then make sure to change the frame rate to 24 and then click detect frames. And here's your VDB right here. We do have to add a texture. So let's go to create Redshift materials, and there's a volume material at the bottom. We'll take that and put it onto our VDB, and let's open this up. In this volume, we have to pipe in the correct channels. So we'll go to our scatter, and under channel, we'll click presets, go to RS volume and click density. So the channel for scatter will be density, and then go down to emission. And the one for emission is the temperature channel. So we'll go to RS volume and then temperature. All right, so here's kind of where we're at right now. And one thing you can do under the emission channel is change the scale. If you play with this, it's going to have a pretty dramatic change on where this glow is coming on the tip of this meteor. All right, so we have our VDB, and now what we need to do is bring in the geometry, which is the rock and the little chunks of debris. So we'll go to File, Merge Project, and that will merge this object right into this scene. So Merge Object, find that ABC file that comes with it. And in the settings, just make sure that the frame rate is also 24 frames per second. We'll hit OK, and you'll notice that it doesn't show up in our scene. Let's play with the scale. Under the object properties, you have a bunch of different options here. Let's just change it from meters to centimeters and see if that's correct. And now it's showing up properly. So then if we hit render, we should have the rock. Let's go ahead and throw a material on there really quick, and we'll hit render. It's a little bit hard to see. You'll have to texture this a little bit better, but there is a rock here and there is some spinning chunks coming off of this. So that's how to set it up in Redshift. Super easy. All right, so in Octane, we have a similar procedure. Just bring in your geometry, make sure everything's set to 24 frames per second. And then we're going to go to Objects, Octane VDB Volume. In our VDB volume under the file, we will load up this meteor here. Let's go to 06 and load this one in. And we'll hit calculate right here, and it'll set it to 720 frames. And under grid mapping, by default, it's going to set everything up for you. So it'll have the density and the emission set to temperature. So everything should be set up perfect. What you can do next is go to medium. And what I like to do is hit this little fire button, and it's going to set up a little preset that will make this look like a fire. So then if we go into the volume medium, under emission, it's set up these two to have sort of a fiery look. And you can see that we have our VDB here and our chunks. The VDB needs to have some more definition, and you'll do that with increasing the density and then lowering the volume step length, and that will bring in the smoke here. Now we need to bring in that fire, and we're going to do that under emission. One thing we can do is under the texture emission, we can increase the power of this quite a bit to say 25. And then let's go back and go to that emission ramp. In this ramp, what you want to do is make a new knot at the beginning, which is black, and that's going to get you a lot of the way there. And then we'll drag this yellow one way over and this red one so that we have a little bit of a tighter gradient here. And what I also like to do is set a white at the end. So something sort of similar to this, maybe change the yellow into a bit of an orange, just sort of some fiery colors with a black in the beginning and a white at the end. And then what you're going to play with is this max value. So if we drop this down, you're going to start bringing in that fire. So just like that, don't want to go too much, but something like this would be good. And then you can also go into your Octane settings and add a little bit of glow, or do that in post. And then you can just play with these gradients, and now you're basically ready to just customize everything however you want to. You can customize all the density and colors and everything. And if you're using a different render engine, these steps should be pretty similar. Just figure out where to put that density channel and the temperature channel, and you should be good to go. That's a quick look at meteors. I think you're really going to like them. They're super easy to use. They're drag and drop ready. They're pre-simmed. They're going to save you a ton of time, and they're really fun. Get them now at thepixellab.net. Enjoy.